Hi everybody, thanks for joining Create with Dee. Today I have a guest with me, Linda Leidy. Hi Linda.
Hi there.
Linda was part of the Stamp-A-Palloza 2017 team and Linda facilitated this card. It's a double Z-fold card that features the stamp set bundle ready for Christmas. Let's get started making this card. So again, we're going to be making this double Z-fold card. I absolutely think it's adorable. And don't worry about figuring out all of the measurements right now. Please just see the description at the bottom of the video here, and there's a link to my blog that will have all of the dimensions and everything. So just sit back and enjoy how this goes together. All right, Linda, please share with us how you made the card base.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that I came up with this idea, but I didn't, and I love it. Our base piece is made from smoky gray. It is 11 inches by 4 1/4 inches, and it is scored at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Okay, for all the people at Stamp-A-Palloza and the ones that are getting the kit, we pre-embossed this section, which is the wall behind the tree, and of course gives a little bit of texture. You're going to use the pinewood plank embossing folder, which you spritz the paper a little bit, and then you stick it in just the large half of the paper and run it through your Big Shot. I found it easiest to work in kind of sections, so we're going to work on the chimney, which has already been pre-stamped with the marble stamp, the one, the big blocks, and also the brick embossing. Now we need a little space here for Santa's bottom to stick out, and to make it a little easier for me, I took my little ruler and marked up just shy of 1 3/4, put a little pencil mark, and then we're going to take our 1 1/4 square punch. You can punch up, and because we did it just a little shy, that way you'll get rid of that pencil mark. So I'm going to punch, and then I'm going to move down, line it up, and punch out the rest.
And I think that the square punch has been retired, but you can so just, take your scissors and draw out that measurement there if you'd like, and with your paper snips cut it out or take it to your Stampin' Trimmer to do.
Okay, we went ahead and we're working on the chimney. We glued the little Santa on the back, and he is from Santa's Suit stamp set, and the 2 stockings are cut out from the quilted Christmas designer paper, and there's the little dies. We did 2 of those. And on the top for the stocking, we just took, I
think 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah, the glimmer paper and glued it on and then clipped it off. So I'll put the other stocking on.
And with basic gray, we did go ahead and put down a little mantle. You can make that whatever size that you want.
So the fireplace is all finished, so we'll put him aside.
And that's going to go in the center section, right?
Yes, it'll go right in here. I found it was easier to do each section and then glue them on, so I didn't get something before I needed to.
Good tip.
Okay, next we're going to work on the stairs, and we're going to work on the garland. And you can see that the stamp is from the stamp set, and then also it has a die, so it makes it a lot easier to make the garland. We are using Garden Green.
I'll just move this out for a
And
second.
that's one thing about the polymer. You can kind of watch and you can see when it's all pretty well covered. And if you, whoops, excuse me, my finger must be a little sticky. If you get right down on top of it, and hopefully my head's not in your way.
Nope, you're good.
You can usually, not always, but usually get it pretty good. And you know what?
Good
It's
job.
green rays. Okay, we're going to finish the staircase. I found it easier for me. I glued the white piece on first.
Oh, and what we did, everybody, is we die cut 2 pieces out, one with basic gray and one with whisper white, and then on the whisper white, we just, with our paper snips, we just trimmed off the railing, so all we had was the bottom so that we got the two-tone on it.
And I found I like to push the white just a hair down, so it gave us this little gray lip
So it
as
looks
we're
like
going
the
up the stairs.
Love
And then
that.
all you have to do is put a little glue on the top of the railing and put your garland.
I absolutely love this bundle. Of course, I would love it because I have a little miniature dachshund, and so that made it extra special for me.
And there it is.
Thank you. Awesome.
Okay, we went ahead and glued our steps down. You want to make sure not to put glue on this last railing because it does overlap this card when it lays out, and you don't want it to stick when it folds up. Okay, now we're going to do our second Z-fold, which is this little white strip that goes down across the bottom. And as this one, the long end was on the right side of the card, this one, the long end is on the left-hand side of the card. So we're just going to glue right along the bottom here, just from this little section, and then we'll put glue on the bottom here, and it'll be clear over here on this edge like that, so it'll fold just like that.
Alrighty, while Linda's putting that down, she's going to put the glue just on the first panel. So again, it's the 5.5 side. And this is scored, everybody, just the same as what the base is. You're going to score it at, 2 3/4 and 5.5. And then just flip it though so that the 5.5 side is first. And the reason why you glue the panel is you don't want glue all along the 5.5 inch side. And then you saw what Linda did there. She just glued just this back of the panel here, or of the Z-fold. Oh, perfect shot. And so that's how we're making that little other Z-fold, the double Z-fold. That way we can have our little miniature dachshunds, I guess, resting on the outside.
Okay, now we're going to work on the Christmas tree. We did do double layer to make it stand up a little bit. And here is the die and the stamp set. We stamped it just like we did the swag with the garden green. And one thing, when you put the star on, you see this when the star is on the top, you want the star as low as you can get it, because the little tree trunk has to be pretty short in order to get the whole tree on the actual card. So you want to put that as low as you can get it.
Nice.
And then you're going to put your little tree trunk on the back. If it's too long, trim your tree trunk, which I've done with every card I've made. So it looks like that. And then you just place it on your card. And you see my tree trunk's a little long because my star, I don't want to overlap the top because it won't fit in my envelope. So I just give him a little trim. And then I put it right in the middle of this little section that we glued down.
Because, guys, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we could mail that. So we've got it designed so it is a mailable card, so that's why we're shrinking down the tree as much as possible.
And you want to keep it away from that fold so it doesn't fold up.
Cute.
Okay, for the little greeting, kind of looks like a picture frame. We're using the sentiment from Father Christmas, Jolly Christmas to all. We've got it punched out, and I've got that little crooked, but it still looks cute. And then we'll just glue that right on there, just like a picture frame.
And the gray, the basic gray, is a square that was cut from the square layering framelits.
Okay, now it's time for the puppy dogs. So we're using soft suede, and again, the stamp from the stamp set and the die. So you have to get right over top of it. Oh, I did pretty good there.
Cute.
And then the sweaters were just stamped on more of the quilted Christmas paper. And
Yep, we just did a little fussy cutting to get
cut
the
them
sweaters
out
out.
and put him a pretty little sweater.
Cute, cute.
And then you glue it on. So you do the same thing to both of them. Then you got your little puppies. When I put the puppy dogs on, I found it easier to close the card. That way you kind of see where it would fit, when it's closed. Right there in front of the Christmas tree. That way it looks good closed and it looks good open. And to finish off our card and put a little blingy bling, we have these little dots of the glimmer paper, a 1/4 inch and an 1/8 inch. And you can just kind of decorate and put it however you want to.
Well, Linda, thank you so much for sharing with us how you made this cute card that you facilitated at Stamp-A-Palloza. And for those of you that got the kit to go, all of these components are in there, and we did design it so that you could get very successful with using a lot of your own supplies. Well, thanks for watching, everybody, and happy crafting. Bye-bye.